Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Natalic Pro League. We are here with Speed Gaming versus Evil Geniuses, one best of three series for today, and we're here with game number one. I'm Zyori, with me as always is Hippie. Hippie, how you doing today, my friend?
Fired up, man. Always happy for some good Dota. Been a while since we got to cast anything. Glad that Natalic is starting up again, and we do not have a Daily Motion stream. We get to do it right here on Twitch.
Yes.
And we don't have Daily Motion blocking us from casting.
Yes, and you never know. I don't know what the future is in terms of, I don't know if they know. I don't know if they made an executive decision, but yes, I am glad we got a day's vacation is the way I look at it here, and we're back ready to rock and roll. So let's take a look at this draft as it is unfolding before us here. Speed Gaming going to ban out the Elder Titan and the Venomancer. Evil Geniuses going to ban out the Timbersaw as well as Visage. Open up for a Nature's Prophet first pick by EG, and here Clockwork and Crystal Maiden going to be the first two for Speed Gaming. Nothing too crazy. All the heroes in play or banned out. Very, very popular. We just saw EG facing off against Fnatic in that previous best of three, and a lot of those heroes made an appearance there as well.
Yeah, the one standout I would point out here is that Lich has not been banned or touched yet. And I think it was Dat Dota. Somebody posted very recently that Lich is the single most banned hero in and basically the most focused on hero in Western Dota at the moment. So it is a little surprising. I would think EG might look to pick him up right here, but if they don't grab him right here, expect him to be banned out very quickly in the second phase.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm still paying attention, still dealing with... I actually wasn't listening to what you just said, but yeah, Storm Spirit going to get banned out right here. I was going to try and play it off and pretend like I comprehended, but reading and listening and typing at the same time just don't work. Puck, though, picked up... interesting. The draft from Evil Geniuses is kind of interesting. Puck picked this early on is a little... what's the right word? Risky? TA is that kind of classic counter to Puck, and there are other heroes at their disposal. What can we make of Puck's second pick here, Hippie? That's what I'm getting at.
They want him before he gets banned out, I guess. Yeah. I mean... He's what they've got here is they've got a pretty mobile lineup, a lineup that's going to be kind of hard to pick off to start off. Maybe they want to go for something like that, go for a very difficult to lock down lineup, a lineup they can get around very easily. You have good initiation with the Puck. Nature's Prophet Puck is an incredible gank squad. Just to start off, the Puck can obviously come in from some pretty long distances. The Prophet can port in to make it asymmetrical. Just gives some very successful gank attempts generally on anyone who doesn't have a very good escape mechanism. Very, very easy pickoffs. So I think what we are looking at is the start of a gank-oriented lineup, whereas Speed Gaming, they have some good ganking power, but they could still go a more sort of balanced setup. And EG, of course, has the Nature's Prophet split push to fall back on if they ever fall behind.
Yeah, that's true. That classic Furion play style, Rat Dota as some like to call it, and not surprised to see Speed Gaming ban out that Lifestealer, kind of as you were mentioning, fitting very well with that high gank ability, high mobility set of heroes that Evil Geniuses have grabbed already, and we'll see what Speed want to do with their fourth ban, taking their time as they do dip in to that little bit of bonus time. Really not much revealed on the Speed Gaming side of things. They've got Clockwork and Crystal Maiden, two of the most picked heroes right now in 6.79. We'll see. Lich going to be the fourth ban. A little surprised to see Lich make it that far, but a very worthy ban indeed, as he is, well, I don't know, not the end-all be-all of supports. I feel like I've been talking about Lich in this very glowing light, and he's good, don't get me wrong, but he's a little bit passive. He's a good passive support. His ultimate is very powerful, but I don't know. He doesn't fit into those super aggressive lineups.
10 seconds remaining.
So he's going to get banned out here. Sorry, I lost all my rhythm, Hippie. I feel like I'm out of it.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Stuff happens. In general, Lich, he kind of gives you the lane, like, for free. So if you basically have a lane that you just know, if we win this lane, we're in a very good position, putting a Lich in it is fantastic, because getting yourself that over-leveling, making sure that your opponent is not getting a lot of experience means that you are basically guaranteed to win any decent lane that has a Lich available in it. And Speed Gaming, obviously, they knew they wanted to pick some kind of jungler or something. They banned out the Lich to make sure that EG couldn't get it, even though they knew they were going to have the next pick. They knew they didn't want to run, a traditional tri-lane or like dual mid or anything like that.
Right.
But just, in general, the power of a Lich compared to other heroes in the mid game isn't as strong. You have to get a lot of what the Lich gives you in the early game off of that sacrifice. As good as that Chain Frost is, any team that has good... this is going to be, first of all, a team that's not going to be particularly close in. You have Nature's Prophet and Puck already some reasonably mobile heroes. Nature's Prophet will probably have an early Shadow Blade if he needs it. Puck being able to, of course, phase shift, orb, do all sorts of evasive things. And now a Windrunner, again, someone who's very, very hard to lock down in a team fight. So having that Lich ultimate may not even have done them a whole lot, just because of the fact that the team could spread so easily on EG, and it's very easy to pick a lineup that isn't really crippled by Lich ultimate if you know it's coming.
Right, that's a good point as well. So Chen picked up by Speed Gaming, a great pick given that Lich not going to be on the field and Crystal Maiden already grabbed in their roster. So few options to really try and hard counter that Chen. A nice aggressive pickup for Speed Gaming. Gyrocopter going to be their fourth pick to go with the Chen, CM, and Clockwork. A great hero indeed, and wow, a sort of surprising pick coming out from EG. Rikimaru going to be their fourth pick to go with their Windrunner, Puck, and Nature's Prophet. So we know who their carry is going to be. That makes me wonder here. Could this be a Wisp last pick? We've seen Riki paired with Wisp more commonly than Riki solo, I think. That makes me wonder a little bit at the potential fifth pick here for EG.
I think it's a possibility. I think it would give them nope, not anymore. It's not a possibility. I was going to say it would work really, really well with that Nature's Prophet to give them a whole lot. Like, there is not a lot more devastating than getting dropped on by a Nature's Prophet, getting treed in, then having a Riki Wisp dropped on top of you, and suddenly you're stuck in trees and you're clouded. Right. What are you going to do about that? You're just dead. There's no way out of that, you know? Yeah. And then especially if you also have the Puck who can get in from long range. But the Riki is generally actually very, very good with the Puck. Because if you have the coil as well as maxed out smokescreen, if you drop the smoke bomb on top of someone, like on top of a group of people caught in coil, they practically have to force themselves to break the coil to try to get out of the smoke cloud. And it's a decision. Well, do I want to be silenced and have a mischance, or do I want to just get stunned for free?
Yeah.
But you did mention the Templar Assassin as the puck counter, and there you go, my friend. Picked up as that last pick, and it's always dangerous to leave that TA in the pool if you're reliant on that puck snowballing. However, I think EG's lineup, because they have... The Riki is a fairly aggressive carry once he gets his hands on a couple items. He can go just straight Treads Diffusal for some very early damage, or he can go Treads Drum Diffusal if he thinks he needs a little more stability in the early game. Right. I'd probably expect that in this game because there's so much nuke power coming out, but... people have always surprised me with their builds before, with how greedy they're willing to go for damage.
Yeah.
So I think you have this TA who will be able to shut down the puck pretty effectively, but you're not relying on the puck to create a crap ton of space. You don't have something like an anti-mage. You don't have, an offlaner who can't get a lot of farm. You don't have something like that. So the puck, sure, they want him to have an okay game, but they have people who can rotate to help him against that TA and to help him pick her off.
Okay, yeah, and that's right.
Enchantress edition.
Enchantress going to be that fifth pick. I just got word that we're going to do a remake. I think so. This game, we're not gonna put too much stock into this particular match, or we may cut the VOD. We'll see. But an interesting draft, as we mentioned, Enchantress, that final pick to go with the Rikimaru, Windrunner, Puck, and Nature's Prophet for Evil Geniuses. So it's a really interesting roster, a lot of synergy between the EG heroes, but I think Speed Gaming with at that TA against the Puck mid makes me a little nervous, because Puck is a great hero at any stage of the game, but Puck that gets shut down can be a little bit less useful, and more importantly, that TA getting a lot of farm and doing well in the mid lane is going to be a little bit scary. So let's see if that remake I was told about on Skype is going to come true. We're going to get a pause at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one other problem I will give towards... All right. So, okay, yeah, they didn't set it up properly for the tournament, so it's not actually showing up in Dota TV. That's what it is.
Okie dokie.
But,
yeah. Okay.
So I'll finish this little set of analysis when we get into the new game.
Yeah. So we're going to have a... All right, leave game... Okay, so in the meantime, I'll try to add some of these...
Set up those overlays, yeah.
Overlays that I got on the fly. It's like also one of those things where, like, the 45 minutes before we were going live, I was doing, like, nothing, and would have been more than happy to set this up. So it's just like, it's this close. I could have done this very easily ahead of time. It wouldn't be bad if they were, like, pre-configured overlays, so I could just, like, full screen them real fast, but it's, like, just, like, sponsor logos, so it's, a little more tactful than just, I don't know, you gotta make sure they're not, like, in the way. I don't know I don't know anything. I wasn't given the sponsorship package.
Alright, new lobby's up. I got our broadcast channel all set up, because I'm on top of that.
Oh, look at that.
I am fancy schmancy.
Do the TV. Da, da, da.
Don't sing the A-Team theme song, or I have to go watch Rendazook again. Because I can't. Every time I hear that music, I have to go watch that video. I don't even play Battlefield, and it's the greatest thing. Have you seen that?
No.
It's a freaking dude. He's in a jet, right? And he's got someone chasing him, like in a jet, and he can't shake the tail. So he like sets himself flying straight up, jumps out of his jet, rides the momentum, zooks the guy behind him, and gets back in his jet. It's the greatest thing. I love it so very much. Yeah, okay. See, now that it's a tournament game, you'll notice those coaching slots are gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good call.
But yeah, I guess people are saying it was you could watch it in the regular game watch as opposed to in the tournament thing. So they had it configured improperly.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
we're good to go though.
Yeah, I guess the difference is it negates a ticket. Anybody can watch it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still just trying to make sense of like everything that he. It's like, you know, when you get like 10 lines in a row on Skype, you're just like, all right, I can't even process all of this.
Yeah.
Looks
like
we're gonna remake again.
Again for bad server. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to add. Hey, I told it to customize every time. All right, you can customize it.
It was probably because I joined first.
Oh, yeah, I had set it to change anyway. So they want me to like add. I think they want me to add links to the actual Twitch page. I think that's what he means by add links, because that's the only place where you can put links, right? Like,
one would imagine. I mean, maybe no, better than that. Just link to natalic.tv, because the Twitch is embedded right there, and you get them the actual traffic to their website. That's what you want to go for. Is get them the traffic to their website, not to Twitch.
So this is just... Alright, Sayori TV. Well, it's sort of working out well that we're having these remakes, I guess, since it gives me an opportunity to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, Dota Radio. Oh!
Oh, Twitch chat, you give me such wonderful things while I'm waiting for other things to happen.
Bigpoint.com.
Big Point? Are we adding sponsor links? Is that what it is?
I think so. I wish there was like a way on Twitch to set up like, you know what, you can edit your channel and you put those blocks in of like pictures or information or whatever. I wish there was like a way to make them and then save it and toggle it so that I can just like toggle it on. Like, I'm not leaving these on here when we're not casting Natalic, you know what I mean? So I don't want to have to redo this every single time we cast. Just a pain in the ass. A day in the life, right?
Hey man, the world of casting. Stuff happens.
Yeah. So I just... bet. Okay. You know, one thing I really do hate is RARs, man. I hate RAR files so much. Why not just put them in a zip, you know? That's one of my biggest beefs with computer things.
I don't actually know what the advantages and disadvantages are of each file format.
I have been told that RARs are better for customizing. Like you can like determine how much you want. You can put stuff in different trees and allocate it better. It's more like customizable. WinZip is just like the dum tool that does it. There's like no settings to customize. It just throws them into a file. But I mean, I don't want to say I don't really care that much, but I don't really care that much. Okay. Man. Alright, well, I'm not paying attention to what's happening in the lobby here. We're waiting for something. As long as they're not waiting for us, that's...
No, they're waiting for the LGD cast team is having issues. Oh, the pictures of Sing Sing are the best.
Yeah.
Seriously, the best things in Twitch chat. I love all of you guys who post various Sing Sing jokes.
I just like Sing Sing in general. He really, like, I turned on his stream once,
hilarious.
not knowing what to expect
hilarious.
at all. Yeah, and oh my god, I was just not expecting to laugh that hard. Like, there were some really funny, like, just like, someone called Clockwork missing. He's like, Clockwork missing? He only level 2. Why do I give a fuck about that? And then, like, 2 seconds later, Clockwork comes and cogs him and he dies. And just like... he, like, yells at his teammate for calling missing because Clockwork's only level 2. And then the level 2 Clockwork kills him. It just... I don't know. It made me wonder, I was like, is this planned? Like, it was so perfect.
Well, just like, oh my god, the ridiculous things that he gets up to, and then his reactions are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, copy image URL. Alright. So we are still waiting in the lobby, folks. Sorry, I'm working on setting up all these stream overlays that they just linked me. Copy image URL. We're still waiting in the lobby, though. I actually don't know what we're waiting for. Somebody did something. Oh, is there a stand-in for a speed, or is that...
It's Arteezy.
Oh, it's Arteezy.
I'm pretty sure it's Arteezy.
That's why everyone keeps talking about Arteezy. I was wondering what the deal was with all the Arteezy talk.
Yeah, I'll double check. Yes, steamcommunity.com ID Arteezy. Yeah. We'll see how he does. I may get some flame for this, but I've never been that impressed with Arteezy, quite frankly. He's good, but I don't think he's up to the level of, you know, isn't it Bone 7 that they had to drop for him because of visa problems?
I actually don't know. I'm not up on it. I haven't done any of my digging for this week's episode. Wait, no, that's the...
Oh, here we go. LGD got their last dude. We're loading it.
Shoot. Okay, good. God, oh, damn it, I screwed. Fudge.
What did you break?
Oh, I understand. I understand everything perfectly. Sort of. Okay, so are we actually, like, going here? Are we ready to rock and roll?
I think so.
Okay.
No one's leaving yet. They're actually picking their heroes this time.
No one's
leaving. No one has dropped yet.
It's a good sign.
I think we're going. I think we're good.
Okay, I see heroes. I see heroes being picked. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot. I totally misunderstood the way this Twitch thing works. Okay, big point battle. Copy link address. Alright, are we... Is it me? Is only TA picked? That's not just me, is it?
Yeah, no, it's just only TA has been picked.
Okay, alright.
Here we go. Here's everyone else. Alright.
Okay, there we go. And I finally figured out what I'm doing over here, so We're slowly but surely making steps in the right direction. Baby steps, as I like to call them, but steps nonetheless. Okay, so now we're in the game. Let me continue to play with our overlays here. Everything's good. Are we we're like finally in this game? The time is now?
Yeah, the time is here. The time is now.
I don't know what to do with this raid call logo. It's going away. I don't... Jesus. Okay, there we go. Okay, Chris, let's do it. So welcome back, guys. Sorry, that was an odd kind of mix of stuff going on right there. Looks like we could see a little bit of level 1 action. This is a best of 3. Please note how cute our courier is. Okay, EG, you got it. I'll check out your courier.
It's actually pretty adorable. It's like a little mini Leshrac. Its name is Throw, and its description talks about how it used to be led by demons, and now only fear leads it.
Oh, that's so
It's amazing.
Adorable. That is pretty cute. So, alright, anyway, we do have Speed Gaming International here on the dire side of the map, and we have Evil Geniuses going to be on the Radiant. We did have to remake once or twice, but we are finally in this match, and alas, it looks like we're going to see a little bit of damage come the way of perhaps the Crystal Maiden. No, Sing Sing going to be able to get some cogs off, and that will back off or force the Riki back, rather, and no one going to take too much damage. Let's introduce our rosters here on the dire side. Speed Gaming going to have Sing Sing playing on the Clockwork here. Looks like he will be solo bottom lane, a long lane Clockwork. Pylai Dai going to be on the Crystal Maiden. Wow, look at that hood. She is ready for winter, man. We'll see where he ends up. Right now, roaming towards that top lane. Arteezy going to be in the mid on the Templar Assassin. Owie 2000 going to be in the Dire Jungle, jungling in the safe location for where they are on the Chen. And Eternal Envy going to be in that top lane on the Gyrocopter. Actually going to be able to grab a double damage rune in that top rune spawn to start things off. So his first couple last hits going to be made very, very easy. In the mid lane here, already this puck going to be in a little bit of trouble. Pylai Dai going to come in on the Crystal Maiden. Will throw a Crystal Nova, and that will harass the puck back. Going to make Arteezy's life that much more easy to start things off here in our first match of 3. On the Radiant side, we do have Team EG in the long lane. Up in the top here, we do have Universe playing on the Nature's Prophet. In the mid, Mojo Stormstout. Who is that? Is that his real name?
MSS.
MSS? That's
yeah, it's MSS. He's been playing for them.
Is that really what MSS stands for? Mojo Stormstout, or is that just...
I think he makes it stand for several things, but...
Okay, that's just one of many. Okay, I'm slacking here. So, we've got Fogged playing on the Windrunner down in the bottom lane. Fear going to be on the Rikimaru. And who is this playing on the Enchantress, Hippie?
On the Enchantress?
Yeah, who's on Enchantress?
Jayo?
Jayo.
Yeah.
Yes, Jayo.
Jayo's like old school EG,
Of course, naturally. So, alright, 1.5 minutes in. I'm still all scattered. I lost all my cadence after those back-to-back remakes and putting images up. What do we got going on here, Chris? What's your take? Although Sing Sing actually in a little bit of trouble.
Well, at the moment, Sing Sing's in a whole crap load of trouble. That's what I was about to say. We got Universe porting in, going to bring him down very, very easily. Cogs kind of got him stuck. You can see that it was a very easy TP in from Universe. Yep. That's what I'm saying. You know, every time you have a Nature's Prophet, you don't even need him to have Sprout. He didn't right there. You don't need him to have any treants up. Just overloading a lane with one extra auto-attacking hero in the early game can set you up for incredibly, incredibly easy kills. It was also a good time for him to rotate because they were just getting the Crystal Maiden in this top lane along with Eternal Envy. So not only does he get an extra kill, but it's also a very... You know, he wouldn't be getting anything in that top lane with both CM and Gyrocopter up there. He's already fallen back into the jungle because he knows he can't lane up there anymore against both of those heroes.
Right.
Perfect timing from EG. Gets them that first blood, helps out their bottom lane, shuts down Sing Sing. Just so many good things happened right there from one very simple teleport.
Yeah, and we'll see what build Furion goes for here. With that bit of bonus gold, he did indeed get the last hit on the first blood. Probably just going to be going for that early Midas. 2.5 minutes in, he's got 1,100 gold in the bank already, so he's well on his way to a very fast Midas if that's the route that he goes for. The two carries farming semi-evenly here, though Fear actually falling behind a little bit compared to the Gyrocopter. Eternal Envy in the top is 19-0, and Fear on the Riki down here in the bottom is 12-4. So Sing Sing been doing his job quite well on this Clockwork, is level 3, almost level 4, able to stay in experience range, and also make the life of the Riki down here that much more difficult. So a small edge going the way of Speed here in the early laning stage, although of course that first blood tilting things a little bit. In the mid, actually, Arteezy taking a lot of damage from this puck as a Satyr Tormentor does come in, going to be harassing with those shock waves a little bit, and going to give puck a little bit of an edge perhaps. That Enchantress, well, trying to help out the puck. We talked about how well TA fares against puck in sort of a break-even matchup without support, so glad to see EG helping out their mid lane to prevent this TA from getting super overfarmed, though. In terms of last hits, TA doing quite well, 20-10 versus the 9-2 puck.
I was about to say, in spite of how well I feel MSS has actually been doing against this Puck, and actually Pylai might be rotating in just a second to try to give Arteezy this kill chance right here. They do have a ward watching Puck moving around right there. Yep. But I just think that MSS has been doing a great job of keeping Arteezy harassed, keeping him, feeling a little bit of pressure. Oh, MSS going in a bad direction. No? Okay, Pylai still just sitting.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, man.
That was a close one. Ugh. I mean, this puck is
now
really
MSS
low.
All the way on the other side. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
CM's not going to get him.
Crafty plays. CM, level 3 is 1-1-1 right now across the builds. Does have that first point in Arcane Aura, but now has some Frostbite action to set up those ganks, make them a little bit easier for Speed Gaming. Down in the bottom, Invisibility Rune going to spawn here for the 4-minute. It is going to get denied by the Enchantress, controlling that Centaur Conqueror. Sing Sing was, well, just a hair's reach away, and not quite going to be able to grab himself a Invis Rune, but alas, it does get denied, really what he was going for there to prevent the puck from grabbing it. TA, where's that bottle? It's on the Courier right now. Oh, Arteezy, I don't know if that was a miss micro or not, but full bottle still on the Courier. There it is. He's going to be able to do the old switcheroo there, trade one of those GG branches over, and grab his bottle. So TA just about to hit level 6, still doing well in the farm, and Gyrocopter still leading the way on the charts, 37 and 4 in terms of last hits and denies, now starting to pressure that top tier 1 tower. I don't know, Eternal Envy left to his own devices on a Gyrocopter, usually something, something to be dealt with. Perhaps a scary precedent, though again, this Furion farming very nicely. Does have the Hand of Midas recipe already, another 300 gold in the bank, so he's looking at, what, a 5.5, 6 minute Midas here? That is very, very timely for a Nature's Prophet.
Top tower. Gonna go down. Chen hit level 5, immediately got himself 2 good pushing creeps, and now bam, this top tower is just free. They don't have a lane to deal with. In the bottom lane, Sing Sing, that's another teleport coming in from Universe. Gonna try to body block him in. Yeah, force him back into the jungle. He's gonna go down.
Yep, not much
Very
you can
nice
do
body
about
block coming out from Universe.
Yeah, absolutely. So EG now going to pull ahead 2-0 here at the 5.5 minute mark, but Speed Gaming will grab the first tower kill of the match. And as we've been mentioning, they've been getting the better of the farm here, leading by already about 2,500 gold. Experience graph fairly comparable, about an 1,800 experience lead or so, the way of our Dire side. They're going to keep on pushing, though. This tier 2 in the top lane going to start taking some heavy pressure. As you mentioned, those great pushing creeps, the Satyr Tormentor for that AoE bit of damage to clear the creep waves, and of course the Dark Troll Summoner are going to be able to make those little skeletons and make pushing that much easier for him. Windrunner now going to get harassed back, trying to save this tower, but looks like not going to be able to do it. Chen actually going to burn the ulti here to bring both creeps back up to full health, and they're just going to keep chipping away. Glyph was used now, tower down to about 250 HP. Universe going to port in, and Puck only level 5, but is here ready to defend. One more creep ought to give him level 6. He's 3 experience away, and they are going to back off before that Dream Coil becomes a problem. But they do force the Glyph to be used, and this tower is going to be an easy push later on, down to about 220 hit points or so. Nicely done by Speed Gaming. When you have those pushing creeps from the Chen, well, you might as well use them to the best of their ability. You're not going to need that Hand of God in these upcoming fights, I suppose, anyway. So good use of that cooldown coming from Owie.
Yeah, not only do they get the direct result of getting a tower and getting the second tower down so low, but they're forcing MSS to rotate away. They're kind of cementing the advantage Arteezy has on this Templar Assassin. He's already a full level above the Puck. A little more. He's like a level and a quarter above the Puck. He's way out farming him in terms of gold. Like, look at the item difference coming out right here. We just have a Null Talisman and a Bottle and Boots.
He's about 1,000 ahead on the net worth.
He might be in trouble. Oh, no! They're going to get to the Courier.
So, Dream Coil going to come out, though. Templar Assassin going to be in big trouble. Probably going to trade his life to get that Courier kill. But that's also going to open up that window of opportunity in the top lane. Speed Gaming will be able to finish off that top tier 2 tower. Oh, and actually a port going to get wasted as well. A little bit of a sloppy play from one of the EG members right there, wasting 130 gold's worth of investment. But still, sort of an interesting game. 3-0 at the 7.5 minute mark, but Speed Gaming, despite being down by 3 kills, do have a nice gold lead set up for themselves now, upwards of just about 4,000 before the 8-minute mark. And it may be a bit more because they are going to roam towards through the mid lane here up to where the Puck is. MSS may be in a little bit of trouble. They are going to cut the wave. Right now it is Owie and Gyrocopter. And yeah, now the Puck going to be in big trouble as Sing Sing comes in. Not even going to use the hook shot. Not going to need it. It'll be enough to finish off the Puck with the battery assault. Puck's team nowhere to be found. Riki still trying to farm down in the bottom lane, but Nature's Prophet ult going to come out, going to take some nice bounces onto the Speed Gaming roster, but they're just going to refresh here, reset, and start chipping away at this tower. Chen with 2 Dark Troll Summoners Yeah, going to be using that raised dead to try and pressure this tower as hard as they can. Down below half health, but we'll see what Speed Gaming want to do. Looks like they may just retreat into their jungle and not overextend, as the Evil Geniuses forces do group up about that tier 1 tower. Riki has been level 6. He's now level 8. He's going to roam into the Dire jungle and maybe looking to grab himself a kill or two. Actually going for a Hand of Midas as well as the power treads. He's going to find himself a Chen. Is he going to have the damage? Chen taking a lot of damage here. There are 4 points in backstab, and there you go. That's going to be an easy kill for Fear on that Riki Maru. Very nicely done. Love to see Riki get active once he has that ability to pick off those squishy heroes. That's going to be the first kill on the board for... oh wait, pardon me. The Puck was the first kill on the board. Oh god, I'm all over the place today. 4-1 here as Fear adds another one to the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, Fog's going to get hookshotted into. Cogton very, very quickly. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Goes down to that battery assault, plus the damage from Arteezy. Not a lot he could have done right there. Just got off the power shot for a little bit of damage. But I just wanted to point out, what's interesting is that even though there's been a lot of grouping up by Speed Gaming to push towers, they're still trading even, and for a while we're still ahead on experience, which is very significant. Fear's actually gone and got a very nice cloud onto the Crystal Maiden, and now Arteezy trying to TP out. Don't think there's going to be a stun for him. No, there is not. Yeah.
Nice. So that's going to be 5-2 here. So the Crystal Maiden does fall in the mid lane, but alas, that tier 1 in the mid lane does fall as well. Total tower count now going to be 3-0 in favor of Speed Gaming, though it very well may be 3-1, as Evil Geniuses are all grouped up about the mid lane here. They're going to start chipping away at this tower. There is a glyph available for Speed, and it looks like they do want to defend, and we'll see what happens here with an Enchantress versus a Chen. The creeps are a little bit jarring at first to see how many neutrals are here in the mix. The glyph is going to be used. Eternal Envy going to be in the front lines here on that gyro. He does have the Helm of the Dominator all ready to go with those phase boots as well as the Ogre Club, so he does have a bit of sustainability here. Puck now going to pick up a blink. Is that what I saw? No, that's just the illusory orb. Looks like, I thought he did a double blink there, but I was scratching my head like, man, where did he get enough gold for a blink? And on that note, Puck about halfway there, sitting about 1,000 in the bank, still a ways off. Very unfortunate for him. In terms of other item pickups, 2 big ones. Aoi 2000 going to be able to grab that mech. Templar Assassin going to be able to grab himself a Drum of Endurance, and it looks like clockwork. Going to be working towards an early Blade Mail here. 2 sets of Hands of Midas on Evil Geniuses, 1 in the hands of Riki and 1 in the hands of that Nature's Prophet is Speed Gaming. I don't know here, Hippie. They're going to go for a Pocket Roach strat 10.5 minutes in. I think it may be uncontested. No vision for Evil Geniuses. Riki gonna kind of walk by here. He may go for an Aegis snatch if he catches wind. Let's take a look at... no, he has no idea. He walks right by the Roach Pit.
Even if he went in, there's a sentry down.
Yeah. Fog gonna get caught here, though. Sing Sing gonna be able to catch him inside the cogs. And I think Windrunner may fall indeed. The ultimate from Chen gonna come out to keep Sing Sing alive. And that's gonna be 1 free kill. I don't know if they're gonna be able to grab another here. Riki may be in a little bit of trouble. There is a sentry down on the field. Not gonna go for the Riki. Instead, just gonna grab the Puck. It'll be the Frostbite to start it off. Plenty of damage gonna come out. Templar Assassin gonna grab the last hit with a couple of right-click auto attacks. So Speed Gaming, they're just full of momentum here, taking a 2-for-0 exchange in the mid and also grabbing that Roshan kill, who grabbed the Aegis, ending up in the inventory of the Templar Assassin, who just now hit level 10. So starting to look a little bit grim for EG early on in this match, Hippie. 7,500 gold lead here at only the 11.5 minute mark.
Yeah, and that was a really, really excellent use of the cogs coming out from Sing Sing. You can see that the Puck had the orb out. He had the phase shift ready to go. So if he'd just gotten like a phase shift through 1 auto attack and then it teleported the orb, he probably would have gotten through that and lived. They had already burned all their control abilities from the Crystal Maiden. They didn't have the hook shot off quite yet. So it comes down to the fact that that cog prevented him from getting that phase shift off by getting that tiny little push time stun that let Arteezy get in that final auto attack and let them pick off that Puck. Really well timed, well positioned. Good play by Speed overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So at this point, it's kind of their game to throw a little bit. And we'll chuckle there. Always funny to say throw and EG in the same game, but it's on the other side of the coin here. Really, Speed Gaming just need to hang in there. They need to stay aggressive, knock down these remaining outer towers. EG, although they are behind right now, they're not out of it. With that 2-hand of Midas, that's part of the problem with the Midas strat. You hit this window right about now where your team has invested a lot of gold into those items, and you have yet little to show for it. Really not much of a return on the investment coming out, and in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll start to see them overtake the farm, perhaps, if they can hang in there. But, I think Speed Gaming would be well advised to take this bit of momentum they have now and continue to punish the greed from Evil Geniuses with a double hand of Midas build. This Riki looking like he may transition just straight into the Diffusal Blade. Does have that first Blade of Alacrity, but we're going to see some initiation here. The long-range hookshot will connect with Fogged on that Windrunner. Windrunner going to be the first to fall in this fight. Enchantress going to go in. Enchantress now going to fall. Dream Coil will be used by the Puck. Going to connect with a couple members of Speed, but they're not going to be too upset about it. They're going to hang around inside the coil and still going to be able to finish off that Puck. That's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange. Easy peasy. I mean, Speed Gaming just I don't know. It seemed like he didn't have to do a whole lot. It was really just hook shot, a little bit of follow-up damage, a couple of free kills here or there. Sing Sing, though, not going to be able to make it away unscathed. Riki is going to catch him, and that's going to be a nice 500 gold bounty going the way of Fear as he does end that dominating streak. So I guess could have gone a little better for Speed Gaming, but still a very convincing fight, trading 3 for 1, and most importantly, defending that top Tier 1 tower. All of their towers still remaining. Tower count still 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Fear in that fight. He didn't ever feel like he had a good position to go in. I don't know why MSS went in on tower, kind of 1v4 at that point, because everyone else was retreating. Fear was not in position to go in with him, and even if he was, he's not really tanky enough to engage under tower where he can be seen. He's still relying very much on that invisibility to keep him safe. He hasn't built any sort of tanky items. I mentioned during the draft that if he felt that maybe he'd want to go for a drum before the defusal, try and get himself a little bit of survivability, but he's kind of eschewing that build. He thinks that he can do fine with just the damage, using the invisibility to keep him alive. You can see he's almost done with that defusal blade on top of that Midas. So on the one hand, it gives him a whole lot of killing potential against really what is a mostly very squishy Speed Gaming lineup. Chen, very easy to pick off. Crystal Maiden, very easy to pick off. There's a ton they can do against those. Even Gyrocopter can be easy to pick off. Yeah, speaking of Crystal Maiden, she's picking off Fogged.
Yeah, no, there's the hook shot going to connect with the Enchantress. Yeah, that is a dead Enchantress. Nature's Attendance out, but not going to be able to save you from that battery assault damage. And that's going to be another 2-for-0 exchange. Easy kills coming out for Speed Gaming. Going to be able to grab themselves a Hellbear Smasher as well. And Fear going to walk by Artesia. I'm trying to keep my eye out for a possible gem for Speed Gaming. They're going to want to grab one before too long, I think, to make that Riki's life hell in a handbasket. But we'll see when they want to opt to pick that up. Gyrocopter now level 11 does have that Ogre Club in the inventory. I'm guessing going to be working towards a BKB to follow up that Helm of the Dominator. But of course, time will tell. Artesia now going to grab that first Oblivion Staff, I guess. Is this going to be an Orchid TA? Not an item we see picked up on TA all that often.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, it's not. It's something you'll get if you need a good silence. You have to also remember that the Orchid will keep Fear from... whenever Fear's silenced, he can't fade with his ultimate, so if they catch him with the Orchid, they can pick him off very, very quickly. And, you know, it is kind of... It fits in a little bit to the TA sort of build where you want to just go straight for, you know, a lot of pick-off ability, a lot of burst damage. Obviously, it's not quite as synergistic as something like, you know, a quick Blink Desolator. Right. But if you need the silence and you really, really want an Orchid pickup on someone, there's far worse carriers for it than Templar Assassin. Oh, sure. It's kind of like when, you know, some people would get Orchid on Lifestealer for a really aggressive Lifestealer build. You don't see it as much nowadays, but you did see it occasionally. That was actually a really... I have to stop and comment on the fact that Sing Sing just threw a hook shot specifically to get that tower tonight. He wasn't going to get it. He hooked to an enemy creep to prevent it from finishing off the tower and then got the last hit in on it. It was so clutch.
I missed it. Oh.
Wow. I just gone over to him and I'm like, why did I just hear a hook shot sound? And I look at him hooking a creep and denying a tower. I'm like, that was next level.
You know, I just realized I moused over Riki, and did he just say Fear is here while Fear is playing Riki? Is that one of the lines that Riki has?
Oh, she sees him. She sees him. There's a sentry down.
I see the sentry. He's playing smart. Look at this. Artesia.
Oh, they're baiting him in. They boxed him in.
Look at those crafty plays. Artesia with the shuffle. Nicely played right there. That poor Riki. Fear getting a little cocky maybe. And that's exactly what I was thinking. This is right around the time where detection is really not going to be a problem for Speed. They're going to have dust. They're going to have sentries, possibly a gem at some point here. You know, I think Fear maybe being a bit hyper-aggressive in that position, but still well played by Artesia. I love the bait. I love it.
Yeah, and especially when they're ahead, like you can't expect to rely on invisibility to keep you alive when you're playing from behind. Because, I mean, that's, especially against a good team, they know that one of the worst ways to throw a game is to just keep getting picked off when you don't know the enemy hero is there. So you know that when they have this kind of goal advantage, they're going to be bathing the map in sentries, they're going to pick up an early gem, and also the gem, even if you have no invis hero, when you have this kind of early advantage, it helps you cement your map control. Yep. So it would be a good pickup even without a Riki. I'd like to see it maybe bought up by a support and put onto Sing Sing as one of the tankier heroes in the game and as someone who can chase very, very well. And we do see Universe getting picked off as well. I missed that, but it looked like just Owie and Eternal Envy, man, doing some work down in that bottom lane. Was that a smoke gank, or did they just kind of walk up to him?
No, just one of the classic Pele 1-2, top left shelf.
There's the gem. Chen.
Yeah, just walked right behind him and picked him off. Not much he could do. Tried to port out, but knew he wasn't going to make it. Oh, that's a close call on the Enchantress. I caught the tail end of Artesia, tried to take him down using that Orchid. It is a nice item for the burst that TA can put out, so adding to that burst damage certainly doesn't hurt. But two nice, decently sized items have been picked up here. MSS finally able to grab his blink on that puck. I think he's had it for maybe a minute or two here, but still always a big item pick up. In the mid lane, Pylite die, perhaps in a little bit of trouble. Fear staying very aggressive here, but alas, he's going to be able to survive. The Hand of God going to come out from the Chen. Two fights erupting here as Fogged and Clockwork are going, or pardon me, and Sing Sing are going at it. Clockwork going to come out ahead, and Crystal Maiden going to be able to survive the Wrath and get a little bit of vengeance there on Fear as Riki does fall. Another 2-for-0 exchange, 18.5 minutes in, 13-6. Speed Gaming looking very, very strong here in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. And as you mentioned, the gem now in the inventory of the Chen, who's also level 11, so that Hand of God, that much more powerful. Universe now able to grab the Shadow Blade, so finally starting to see a bit of ROI on that Hand of Midas, and the Diffusal Blade has been completed on Riki. So that is a good item for him, but still, we see Riki, a very momentum-based hero, and his momentum here is subpar, to say the least, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know your Riki's kind of far behind and the enemy team's kind of far ahead when you catch a Crystal Maiden in your cloud and you can't kill her before she gets healed up and saved.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened. He had the CM alone in the cloud. The Chen popped the Hand of God, the Chen got in range for the mech, and they just killed the Riki.
Yeah.
You should be able to, as a decently farmed Riki against, a pretty standard amount of CM farm, you should kill her in 3 or 4 hits, period. You shouldn't have any problems with that whatsoever. It's a joke of a kill, basically, because you're swinging for,
Yeah.
Right now, Fear, when he's backstabbing, is swinging for like 250 damage.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden. Oh, Sing Sing with a whiff on that hook shot. I can feel the breeze from here, buddy. Luckily, they're not going to need it to secure the kill. Crystal Maiden going to grab it with the freezing field, but yeah, Sing Sing's hook shot a little off the mark there at point blank.
Yeah, I mean, he's has some good ones, he's has some bad ones. It's it can be a little hard to aim on occasion, but I don't. They get the kill anyway. They're pushing this bottom tier 2. EG in a very, very bad spot. I'll take a gyrocopter over a Riki any day. The saving grace they have is that, okay, for one thing, the Chen definitely is going to fall off harder than the Enchantress is. She's got a little bit more of a late game mechanism thanks to that impetus, thanks to the fact that Untouchable makes her a little hard to kill, thanks to her spammable slow that she gets, much more useful than him if this manages to drag on. And Universe has to be making things happen. He has to put on so much pressure that Speed is afraid to go high ground for fear of losing too many important objectives on the map. The problem is, I'm not sure he has the damage to actually pull that off at this point. All he has is that Shadow Blade.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
if he can make something happen really soon, if you can get some good delays coming from EG against this push from Speed right now, maybe they'll be okay. We do see the Fort Burn to try and slow everything down, but no, Universe is going to pour back in.
Yeah.
They're not willing to think they can slow this down without him.
Yeah, this is scary, though. Double damage on that gyrocopter. He's actually not that scary in terms of right-click auto-attack damage without the DD, Helm of the Dominator, BKB, and Phase Boots. The items themselves aren't that scary. It's really the timing here. At the 20-minute mark, having all that complete. That is good news bears for Eternal Envy. We are going to see the initiation happen, though. Puck is going to fall as the hookshot comes in from Sing Sing. The tower did go down in the bottom lane. Melee Rack's going to be the first to fall. Only Puck going to die right here. The rest of EG going to retreat towards the well. Oh, no. Fear going to get caught. He does throw down a smoke cloud. He gets dusted right away. Going to be an easy kill for Speed Gaming. They're going to mech up everybody close to full health, finish off the range racks, and they are going to back out here. Unfortunately, they won't be able just to rotate to the mid lane. The one last tier 2 tower remaining for Evil Geniuses is in fact that mid tier 2, so they may rotate and try and finish that tower off, but only going to be able to secure one lane of racks. 16-6 here at the 21.5 minute mark. I think it's kind of a matter of time at this point, Hippie. 15,000 gold lead, 14,000 experience lead for Speed Gaming. They're in great shape here. And yep, there it is. GG, well played from EG. And that's going to secure a pretty quick Game 1, but alas, it is only Game 1 of this best of 3 series, so we'll see how EG fare in Game 2 and if they can take it into an ace match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, best of luck to them. But Speed Gaming just sort of firing on all cylinders. They may have fallen a little bit behind in early kill count, but they never really fell behind in terms of gold, fell behind in terms of experience. They were winning so many lanes so thoroughly. The Chen is a more efficient jungler than the Enchantress. You basically saw at the 10-minute mark, they had the gold lead and the experience lead, and then they just used that to slowly roll over EG for the next 12 minutes until the game was over.
Yep, absolutely. And, I think this is a good example of why you don't see Puck picked in that first pick, second pick, because it's so easy to counter. TA does so well against Puck in the mid lane. 0-4-2 for MSS. Didn't have much besides really just had blink and treads. Puck with no momentum just can't have that driving force you need in a mid hero. So we'll see what EG can do here in game number 2 coming up.